it's you. Welcome back, my dear. Please, come in. Just give me a moment. 3 drops of violent blood. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Sorry about that. Some of this elixir can get tasty if the ingredients aren't added at precisely the right moment. But you don't want to hear about that. Anyway, welcome, my dear. It's so good to see you. By the great dragon's tooth, you're all wet. Did you get caught in that storm on your way here? And yet, you still came. True. I suppose it takes more than a little rain to stop a knight as brave as yourself. Still, imagining you riding along those dark, narrow paths in the pouring rain, making your way across that slippery bridge with the steep ravine below. The thought makes me shudder. I suppose it's a good thing I didn't know you were coming, or I'd have been sick with worry. Oh no, it's no trouble at all. I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. I promise. You are never intruding. Right. I suppose that's what friends are for. Well, why don't you come and warm up by the fire? Let me get you a blanket. And, would you perhaps like a cup of hot tea? Very well. If you change your mind, just let me know. There we go. Like I said, it's no trouble. I'd hate to see you catch a chill. After all, we can't have the captain of the crown's personal guard falling ill, now, can we? Yes, I got your letter. Old Flappy may not be the youngest pigeon in the roost, but thankfully his sense of direction is as sharp as ever. I keep it right here, inside my cloak. I'm sorry I never sent a reply. I tried to write one, but every time I sat down the words just kept getting all jumbled up. I'd end up with a page full of cross-outs, and then I'd get distracted thinking about you, and how you tell me not to overthink it. And I'd say it's too late for that. And then you'd laugh and sit down beside me and help me through it, step by step. Just like you used to do back at the academy. Remember? All those late nights we spent in the library, hunched over our desk, quills scratching feverishly while our candle burned low. If it wasn't for you, I'd never have made it through all those essays. But somehow, you made it all make sense. Well, in any case, congratulations. I can't think of anyone more deserving of the honor. Even if His Majesty doesn't deserve to have someone as wonderful as you in his... Huh? Oh no, never mind. So, how are you liking it? I hope they see your incredible talents for what they are. If not, well, I don't know what I'd do. Oh no, I understand. I can only imagine how many more responsibilities you must have now. Of course I can't expect you to be able to write or visit quite as often as before. I'm just glad to know you are safe. The first time that almost a week passed between your letters, I was worried someone might have discovered us. I mean discovered that you were writing to me. I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to you. That's a relief. I can't tell you how much it means to me that you still write to me, even after everything that happened. Even though you already risked your neck, speaking up for me, back at the sentencing. To know that you still care, it means more than I can say. The others would have happily seen me in prison for my so-called black magic, or worse. you were the only one who came to my defense. I can still see you in my mind's eye. The way you stepped forward, head held high, your voice cutting across the rest of the council. Honestly, I don't think the king would have listened to anyone else but you. The way he looked at you, as if you were... It's nothing. I just meant someone with your confidence, your eloquence, your poise. It's no wonder he noticed. I will always be grateful for how you saved me. And truth be told, exile hasn't been terrible. In fact, I find I prefer my quiet life here in the forest to the demands of knighthood. Just me and my herbs and vials. The gentle bubbling, the crackling of the fire. It suits me much better than the court. If only we could see each other more often, it would be perfect. Anyway, what can I get for you today, my dear? Another healing draft? Or perhaps a potion to boost your strength? Perhaps I could make you something to increase your stamina. I'd hate to think of you wearing yourself out with all your new responsibilities. Well, of course, you can talk to me about anything, no matter what it is. If it's important to you, it's important to me. Yes. I had heard about the plague at the castle. A terrible business. Fevers, rashes, cold sweats. Are you all right, my dear? You are not feeling sick, are you? Thank the gods. Still, I don't blame you. I imagine everyone at the castle must be walking around, wondering who might be next. Don't worry though, my dear. If you like, I could make you a protective draft. It's a potion to shield one from all ills, even sickness. I confess, it's not easy to make, but if it means that you will be safe, there's nothing I wouldn't do. Oh, but if it's not for you, then who would it be for? I don't understand. Who could possibly need it more than you? Oh. You mean... Huh? No, I'm fine. Really. No, of course not, my dear. Why would I be angry with you? You're just doing your duty. It's your job to protect the king, even if it means consulting the enemy. Not your enemy, perhaps, but I thought His Majesty would say the same. I am a practitioner of black magic, after all. I have the brand to prove it. Imagine the king benefiting from the very thing for which he exiled one of his closest friends. No, wait, please, forgive me. I was just surprised by the request, that's all. Let me see. Oh yes, ashes of sage, mugwort and wormwood in equal measures. Of course I'll still make it for you. Whatever he did to me, it was years ago now. Water under the bridge. And even if I still bear a grudge, if it meant it would make you happy, I'd do it in a heartbeat. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you, my dear. Now, shall we begin? That's right, we. Would you mind giving me a hand? Why so nervous, my dear? Oh, really? And yet, you're rubbing at the hem of your tunic again. You do the same thing with your uniform back at the academy, whenever you were nervous about getting a question right, or whenever we sneak to the kitchens for midnight snack. and get caught by the prefect on duty. Somehow, you always manage to talk us out of trouble. But still, I could always see your fingers twisting at the edge of your sleeve. You think I could ever forget those times? In any case, you needn't worry about the potion-making process, my dear. I won't ask you to do anything too complicated. Or perhaps it's more than that. Afraid, perhaps, to betray your beloved king by assisting me with my forbidden magic? I thought so. Still, isn't this all for his benefit? Sometimes you have to do what may be considered wrong in order to ultimately do what's right. Besides, you know my craft is not the demonic art that most people perceive it to be. Oh, really? Do you not see transformation in nature? Combine yeast with flour and water, and with a bit of warmth, the dough will rise. Heat a pot of water over a fire, and it turns to steam. At its core, alchemy is simply about harnessing the innate property of things in order to transform them into something new, something more. It is truly going against nature to tap into the magic within. Magic that has been there all along, just waiting for someone to help it realize its full potential. Trust me, my dear, you won't find out. I promise. Let's start small. Add this powder for me, would you? Just like that. See, that wasn't so bad, was it? Now, simply take this vial and put a single drop in. Perfect. Isn't the smell just heavenly? Take a deep breath. Yes. Feel it fill your lungs, settling there like a cloud. That soft, sweet scent. I'd almost be happy to sit here breathing it forever. Oh, are you alright, my dear? Ah, of course. After such a long journey, it's no wonder you're exhausted. Not to worry. Just leave the rest to me. It won't take much longer, I promise. A drum of this, a few drops of that, and... there. Would you look at that sheen? Such a beautiful silver. Now, the final step. Would you care to sample it, my dear? Yes, of course. After all, appearances can be deceiving. If His Majesty is going to be drinking it, we need to be sure that it's made correctly. We'd hate for him to come to any harm, wouldn't we? Go on then. Take a sip. Good. Oh, well. You'll probably start to feel a little lightheaded. Ah, there we go. Not to worry. That's just the protective effect setting in. You may feel your mind clouding over, your thoughts slipping away, the room starting to spin. As your body relaxes, your limbs turning to lead. No. Don't fight it, my dear. It's okay. Shh. I know, my dear. I know it's scary, but you'll be alright. It's only a simple sleeping draught. It won't have any long-term effects. Would I ever put you in harm's way? Like I promised, as long as you're with me, nothing will harm you. Shh. It's alright. Here, let me get you over to the bed before you collapse. Lean on me. Oh, or, on second thought, let me carry you. There we go. Doesn't it feel good to rest? Let yourself sink into the sheets. Let those heavy eyes close and allow yourself to drift off. I know. I'm sorry, my dear. I couldn't think of any other way. That bastard was already driving us apart. If I let you go back to him, eventually, he'd find a way to turn you against me. He's already ensnared your heart. I won't let him poison your mind against me too. I'd sooner fall on my sword than lose you. But everything will be alright, I promise. Now, just relax, my dear, and let the sleeping draught do its job. Yes, that's it. Sleep, my dear. I will be here the whole time. Sweet dreams.